They all kind of follow the same status. They all follow the same trends.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not being authentic to yourself, you are not going to get anywhere in life. Hey babes, I'm Madeline.
And I'm Daisha.
And welcome back to the Elegance Exchange. So today we are going to be talking about the truth behind the peak high school girls and why you don't want to be them.
I know sometimes we all, when we think of high school, we think of that one popular, it girl, and everyone, is secretly, they secretly want to be her because you kind of almost get jealous of, the way they act and the way that they're perceived by everyone. But sometimes that's not always the case.
It really, honestly, in the long run, it's not for the best, and you'll start to notice why, especially as you get older. And even your senior year, I know it can be kind of tough because you're like the queen bee of the school, you're the very top. But in all honesty, as soon as you leave high school, it does not matter. Popularity is such a social gimmick. It's honestly, it really does not matter. Nobody cares about it. And what are you going to do? Brag that you peaked in high school? Nobody wants that.
And no, it's the same thing otherwise too. You don't want to look at someone on Instagram and be like, oh, that's the girl that peaked in high school. You just don't want to be like that.
No, honestly, the girls who peak in high school truthfully just know how to work a crowd. They know how to work the crowd because they have been in this crowd for 4 years, or they've been in it for 2 years. They have analyzed the people around them and they know how to have this surface level confidence.
They jump on the bandwagon of all the trends. They have all the hottest things. They have all the nicest clothes.
They have the perfect parents or the perfect storybook life.
Mm-hmm.
And in all honesty, I think we can all think of those people that we know that have that storybook life. But ultimately, that's not really what you want to do. So peaking in high school often means that you have absolutely no personal growth left in your early 20s or your college years, and you don't want that.
You spend so much time, constantly having this identity and constantly, improving yourself to be at the top and stay at the top of your high school days, and then after you leave, you don't have, it's literally nothing. You don't have anyone else to impress anymore. You don't have no reason to stay at the top. Everyone kind of just fades
Mellows
away.
out.
Yeah.
You'll often notice too that the super popular girls or the girls that were the mean girl in high school but yet had a super big popularity status oftentimes fall off of this kind of pedestal that they're put on. So a lot of their friends ditch them because they realize that they're not very nice. And for this, we are talking about more of the mean popular girl, maybe not the one who's nice to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But their friends ditch them, their friends don't talk to them anymore. Nothing really happens. They kind of just get shoved in the basement, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
They're just forgotten about.
Or you ever hear that saying where it's you see that group of popular mean girls, but they all do not like each other. But they all seem like they're
crap.
buddies and friends, and they all post with their pictures and stuff. But otherwise, they're oh, I hate this girl.
Yeah. Do you really want to be that? No.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really, really want to be that? Absolutely not. So why are we why are we putting this girl on a pedestal? Why are we wishing that we were her? It's because you want the validation. But the problem is you have to find the validation within yourself or else you're never going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So focus on your academics. A lot of the times the more quiet or academic minded people tend to do better in life because they understand that they need to build that emotional control and self-intelligence versus getting their validation from other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's truthfully how the world works, and you just have to understand it and you have to learn how to do it.
And it's the same thing with making those connections too. Most of the people that peak in high school, most of the popular girls, they only do it really for status. They just want to make it seem like they want to get their name around. Whereas you go and you actually make genuine friends that are good for you, and they actually make an impact and improve yourself.
Right, and oftentimes these girls get burnt out, right? Because if you're socializing every single day, if you are spreading the latest gossip of the school, or if you are pretending to be something that you're not, you're just going to get burnt out. And we're not saying that every popular girl is like this. That is not what we are trying to say. But when a lot of the times you'll start to notice on social media that maybe they don't have the plan that they dreamed of. Maybe they don't accomplish the things that they said that they were going to in high school because they probably got burnt out or they probably realized that they don't have those connections anymore. Because there's a difference between building connections in high school versus building connections in the real world.
Right. And I feel like just in high school, like like I said, you just want everyone to like you. You want everyone to be friends with you just so that you can grow your name and like kind of grow your popularity. But overall, like how many true friends do you have out of that actual group that you have?
And
You
how
know?
many connections are they going to actually give you? Are they just going to spread gossip like about you to other people? Probably. A lot of the times that's what it is. High school is so full of fake and superficial relationships. It's insane.
So keep the real ones close, you know?
And honestly, you were not defined by the person you are at 16. I think that's something that we all kind of get sucked into, especially whenever you graduate high school. You don't know what you're doing with your life. You don't know who you are because maybe, you were in all of these social clubs, or maybe you were in a sport and now you're not in those anymore. So it's like, who even am I? That was one of the hard transitions for me. I was no longer doing a sport that I loved, and I was confused on who I was because that sport had been a part of my life for so long. I didn't even know what I would do without it. That's the hard reality. And honestly, a lot of these girls peak in their senior year because they know how to work people. Like we said, they build this bubble, and once, they graduate, that bubble pops. You're no longer on top. You're no longer reigning supreme. So you don't want to be that popular girl, maybe. Or if you do want to be popular, you want to be popular because you're smart and because you're nice to people and you're genuine, not because you're spreading lies or spreading drama.
Or you hang out with the mean group of people. Like you don't want to be known for that. And jumping onto what you said about like after high school, like we said after high school, everything kind of mellows out. Like throughout high school, with like most of the popular girls, they focus on about everyone else and everyone else's lives and stuff. But like once you graduate, everyone's on their own. So then they
Mm-hmm.
actually have time to reflect on their life, and then it's like, now what? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now what? And social media also builds this fake presence because honestly, so many people facetune their photos now. So many people heavily edit them, or they simply are very posed to pretend to be their candid. We've all been there. We all know that social media is not exactly the realest thing. It's more like a highlight reel. And so you also have to understand that social media isn't always real and you can't take everything for granted. You don't want to be that girl that's posting all the fake stuff. You want to be that girl because you're in tune with your identity and your personality, and you have amazing friends, and you get to do amazing things.
Also, tying to this, comparison is the thief of joy. Like, you don't want to constantly look at this popular person that you think is, oh, she's got her life figured out. Like, everyone likes her for who she is and everything. Like, you don't want to go and
Mm-mm.
constantly try and be like that and then disregard everything else you already have, all the real stuff that you have.
Absolutely. Just be happy with who you are and build the social network of the friends that you already have that love and support you. Or maybe if you are stuck in that popular group and you're envious of the top girl or whatever, maybe take a step back and kind of evaluate, okay, how can I set myself apart and be who I am? And then maybe if you're still wanting that social status, building yourself up and just being kind and being a good human being. It's never too late to restart or to become a nice person. Truthfully, it's okay. With that being said, I think that is all we have for today's episode. So, as always, we are on multiple social media platforms.
We're on TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and we're now recently on Instagram Threads as well.
Yes.
So our TikTok and our YouTube are our most popular ones. We love to see your guys' comments and your guys' reviews and maybe even some recommendations for some newer episodes as well.
We are always looking for new things. Trust me when I say that. And we love hearing back from you. It truthfully means a lot and it makes our day. So, yeah, give us some tips, give us some ideas, and we will also have all of those social medias linked down below. And we will have a video that is similar to this. That way you can get a feel for some other episodes or some more ideas. So, yeah. All right. We love you, babes. Bye.